Good morning. I hope you enjoyed our mini lesson video about problem solving and directly comparing using our draw it out strategy. Now we are going to, around our home, select two objects to compare, whether we're comparing length or height. That is your choice for this question. You might remember last week when we did our measurement scavenger hunt on Google Meets. It might be a good idea to use some of those objects and to compare. If you remember, I used two blocks. One block was a square and it had just a number on it. Now, I also had a block. It was a rectangle, but on it, it said the name of the town I live in, and it was a lot of letters. So to fit all those letters, the block had to be really, really long. Now, let's mark it up. Oops, I clicked my eraser by accident. Both of our blocks started at the same point here on our black line, so that's perfect. My purple block stopped here, but my blue block kept going and ended all the way out here. So I could turn to a friend and say, the purple block is shorter than the blue block, or the blue block is longer than the purple block. After you draw your objects, you can turn and talk to mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, or a brother and sister and tell them about the length and the height of each. Moving on to the next page, again, you have a choice to select two objects. Now we are just comparing the lengths. I am going to compare, let's change my color. I have, let me see if I can get it, an apple. And there's a stem. Look at that. I also have in my kitchen, this is where I'm doing it, a banana. Which one of these do you think is the longer object? That's right, the banana. So if an object is longer than the other, you're going to circle it. If they are about the same length, you'll circle both. I can't wait to see what home items you compare. Next. I'm actually going to skip over. Oh no, I'm not. I'm sorry. Here, you're going to compare the heights, just like you compared the lengths. I have a marker and a crayon. So my really yummy smelling Mr. Sketch markers. I'm going to draw the marker. That's a wide marker. And there's the cat, Mr. Sketch. Then I have a yellow crayon. We start at the bottom. Here we go. Here we go. But we can't forget our point. Which one of my objects is taller? Right. The purple object, the purple Mr. Sketch marker, is taller than the yellow orange crayon. On this page, they don't want you to circle the taller or longer one. They want you to circle the shorter object. So I'm going to circle my yellow crayon. But if the objects are about the same or equal height, you will circle both. Erase all my colors. Perfect. And then we will move on. Now it's your turn to do this independently. For red apple number 1, you're going to compare the length of an object, just like we did together. You'll draw them and say which one is longer than, shorter than, or the same to describe the lengths. And again, you will circle both objects if they are the same, or circle the longer object if one is longer than the other. Yellow sun number 2, we want to make sure that our objects are lines up on the black line running across the bottom of the page. So you are comparing the height of two objects. You will see how tall or how short they are. Now this time, we are circling the shorter object, but if the objects are about equal in height, you'll circle them both. And lastly, we have our lesson check where you'll find 2 pencils at home, place one end of the pencil on the line, and compare the lengths. We will do a spiral review from last chapter where we learned about 2-dimensional shapes. For yellow sun number 2, you're going to think about how many vertices that rectangle has. Vertice is a fancy word for corner or point. In green leaf number 3, we will review some subtraction. You're going to look at the picture of the snap cube train and complete the subtraction sentence. You'll count the gray. You'll count them all. Then you'll count the gray, the white, and see how many are left. Beautiful job. Remember, subtraction means taking away. That is why there are some blocks crossed out. I can't wait to see all of your beautiful math work today. Have fun comparing and drawing it out.